so been like being in the postseason for you and just this team?
It's been pretty surreal, especially for a young guy like myself. I've dreamed about playing where I'm at today. Seeing it on TV, to be out in the outfield in that environment, is pretty surreal.
Go to JP on the right.
Jared, can you talk us through the process of the adjustment that you made this year in season to get you now to being the player you are, and anybody hitting coach-wise or mentors that you want to thank for helping you get here?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of different things. A lot of it was just like the thought process on a lot of things, understanding distractions, good ones and bad ones, and learning how to recognize the bad ones and eliminate them. That was the biggest thing. This game's hard enough, and anytime you're up there not focusing 100% of your attention on what the pitcher's trying to do to you and just attacking the game, it makes it that much harder. And so this year, that's one thing that I really had to, kind of focus on, was understanding the distractions.
Going to front to Larry.
Jared, that was such a tough loss last night. How do you think the team's going to process that and get beyond it?
We're not really tripping. It's baseball. Yeah, it sucks, but the good teams, they turn the page. It happens. Made a good swing, and unfortunately we lost. But you look at the positives. Like, we played an unbelievable baseball game from start to finish, and that gives us confidence going into tomorrow for sure. And that's how we're looking at it. Yeah, it sucks we lost, but we're just as ready to go tomorrow as we were yesterday.
Go to JP.
I'm curious, how much do you still stay in touch with Gavin Lux, with both of you being from Wisconsin and seeing him? He made a great play last night in a key double play. How much do you kind of keep following each other here as you're both playing in the postseason?
Yeah, Gavin is someone that, he's a tremendous baseball player. He's a great person too. And he's been to the postseason before. So to be able to lean on a guy like that, it's huge.
Go to Ryan in the front.
Jared, we've seen you hit a lot of balls to the left side pretty hard and pretty crisply. It seems like you're seeing the ball get deeper. Is that just a function of the work you've done and being able to spray it around? Even the homer and T-Mobile to left field, it's something that I know Scott has really mentioned that he's really pleased to see.
Yeah, I think I'm at my best when I'm spraying the ball, left center, right center, gap to gap, and that's what I work on in BP. So I'm not really surprised that it's translating into the game. It should, right? If you work on it, it should translate. But I'm feeling really good at the play right now, and I'm just going to try to keep that same approach of letting the ball travel, and then you're able to recognize a lot of different pitches too.
Go to Corey on the left.
Hey, Jared. It seems like, we talk a lot about offense. It's such a prevalent part of everyone's game and certainly of your game as well. But I'm thinking about yesterday, about the nice play you made on the liner, tagging up going into second, which proved to be a very big play at the time. How much are you also – is it easy to sometimes shift that narrative in your own head and focus on the complete game, because it looks like you are rounding into being a complete player?
Yeah, I think especially in games like this, that extra 90 feet matters. And you're referring to when I tagged up from first, right? Yeah. Anytime you can take an extra 90 feet, that could be the difference between winning the game and losing. And we all know that in that clubhouse. And so if there's any chance that we can get an extra 90 feet, get somebody in scoring position, that's what we're going to do, because every run matters. It showed yesterday.
Go on the right to Chris.
Jared, can you just talk a little bit about the confidence that you guys have with Luis taking the mound tomorrow and what he's meant to this team?
I mean, that guy's a dog. He is pretty special. I really enjoy watching him pitch. He throws the ball so hard, it moves so much, it's almost impossible to hit. But you saw us showing out in Toronto, and he's put in his work for the last few days to get ready for tomorrow, and I know he's going to go out and shove.
Okay, we'll go front to Ryan.
Jared, the defense, Corey had mentioned it, but the ball you played off the Crawford boxes and kind of let it bounce back, how difficult is that kind of setup out there? I know when you were here before, you played center and not left, right. And how much of an adjustment has it been for you?
Yeah, it's the Crawford boxes make it difficult, especially in left, especially if you haven't played there before. You just got to be conscious of it. The ball that Jordan hit, I think in like the third inning or something, I didn't think it had a chance to hit the wall until it just kept carrying. But the hard part is that, you know, luckily that ball bounced straight back right to me. Sometimes it kicks to the right or left, and that's when you're in trouble. But we had a workout before the game, the day before the game yesterday, and we did a bunch of work off that wall, just trying to anticipate anything. You know, it comes off the wall hard, and you just have to expect it.
JP.
Prior to the weekend games in Toronto, I'm curious if in years past you had gone to postseason games in person, and if you had any memories of watching the Brewers or other games in the playoffs before.
Yeah, I went to the Brewers playoff games, and like talk about just an electric atmosphere. But I remember the flight from Seattle to Toronto. I was going through and I was watching on like YouTube all the like postseason highlights of back when like Josh Hamilton was with the Rangers and stuff like that, and how electric that was. And I was just like, I got goosebumps watching it because I'm like, you know, we're about to be doing this.
I'll go to Alyssa in the back.
Jared, I'm just curious, the overall mood of the team from demeanor more so from regular season to postseason. Is there one or two things that you notice that are different, or is it pretty consistent in terms of just how you guys talk to each other, if there are nerves, just postseason, regular season to postseason?
You know, obviously I wasn't here the whole regular season, but like one thing that I was here throughout the season though, and I think one of the biggest things that I recognize from when I started the year with this team, when I came in here in July, and then when I ended the year with this team, the team as a whole got more confident every single time I came back, which I knew that was only going to translate onto the field. And it's been fun to be around just because it's such a great group of guys in that clubhouse. But then when you all are bonded together with a lot of confidence, you're a pretty dangerous team. And, you know, going into tomorrow, where we're at confidence-wise is going to be awesome.
Go one more with Shannon.
Somewhat along those lines. I don't think you know until you get into it, and baseball is kind of the game of keep everything the same. Is it the same focus-wise, or can you have a different focus in the postseason?
It's the same focus. You know, you try to make things not bigger than what they are or less than what they are. And I think this team does a really good job of playing loose. You know, yesterday, and even when we were in Toronto, like we were still messing around. Even when we were down in Toronto, like we're down like 8-1, 9-1, or whatever it was. You know, we are going to go about our business the same way, and you know, let the rest just kind of happen.
All right. Thanks for coming in, Jake.
Thanks.